Money in the bag, double that, double that. Run it back, run it back. In the street, what his vibe said. Post the game, run it to the street. Pass, don't. If I need it, then I'm coming back. That's a fact.
Dad, I'm playing Among Us.
It is always a celebration here in the city of New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Superdome. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one, as it'll be the Carolina Panthers taking on the New Orleans Saints. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down. You look at this Carolina defense. They were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
One thing you always look for when you're evaluating a defense, how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get? How about last week's game? The number was 6. Phenomenal performance.
Here's Carr. Being chased out left. Looking long for Thomas. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
You get a sense of what this game plan might be. They think they can take a few home run shots against this defense. They tried it there on the opening drive, but that ball's incomplete.
Throwing his Carr on third down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. The Saints at 5-7 now on the year. Well, they were losers last time out, trying to turn. here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Kamara. Loose inside the 30. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. 49 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries in the ball game. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Again, it's Kamara. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
2nd down and 8. To throw his car. They'll get this out to Kamara. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Carr. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They struggle to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. That was a long, sustained opening drive, but in the end, only able to get through the field goal out of it.
And absolutely, you'll take the points and the early leads. You never get those back. But there will be a little bit of disappointment that they didn't punch it in for 6 after that kind of yardage and that kind of drive that they had.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team moves it away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. On 1st down, they'll start out with Hubbard. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. You can look at the Saints defense. They're just below the cut line for top half of the league. 17th in the NFL against the run.
Stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out. Being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down. Well, these two teams, they met in Charlotte earlier in the year with the Panthers coming out on top. So they'll be looking for the win here in New Orleans to complete the season sweep. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Young. steps away to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
The Saints take over first and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
That was nice work there defensively to force the incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. On play action, it's Carr. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Chris Olave, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Lux with the extra point. And the lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
First and 10, Young. Open man, once again it's Thielen. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll bring up second down.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
On second down, here's a run with Hubbard. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be third down. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. On third down, here's a run by Hubbard. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football. Let's get things settled down.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, first and 10. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. $10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. Quick throw complete to Reynolds. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down. Kamara up the middle. Von Bell up to make the tackle.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instinct. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. This is 2nd and 8. To throw, it's Carr. This will be caught just inside the 10. Calling a gain of 6 on the play. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara. He has career touchdown number 78, tying it with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Saints are able to stretch out their lead. Looks good on the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, like the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Young. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Marcus May with a pick. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. On play action, now Carr. And his throw here is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Here's Carr to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did. And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Hey, 7:34.
Now Carr. Complete. It's Johnson. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. The Saints on third down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now Carr shifting his guys around a bit. On third down, here's Kamara. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This will be a critical call.
They run. It's Williams. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Play action. Now it's Carr. That's to the pylon and incomplete. Down this close to the goal line. First down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me that option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
Kamara. Diving for the end zone, and he'll get there. Touchdown.
Sometimes offense, if you get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to go hard and finish in the end zone.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they are back to 500 on the year, got the win last weekend, and it's one that kept their playoff hopes alive.
And if you do have those hopes, 500 is not where you want to be at this point of the year. Now, we know they've battled through some rough patches this season, so now comes down to how they're going to finish. Not out of it. Can't afford any more missteps, though.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here is Young. He completes this one to Mingo. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. A great job there, Charles, just to hold on, absorb that contact. I guess that's the risk you take catching the ball toward the middle of the field.
It is, and if you're going to gain yardage, you're going to have to go there at some point. But how about the read, okay? The eyes of that play, stepping out from the middle of the field and really making a big hit. Did not get free, but boy, that's a tough area to go into when you're going into his spot.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hekker to punt it away. Deep for New Orleans is Rashid Shaheed. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Now a play fake. Carr. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On 2nd down, here's Carr. Here's Johnson with a reception. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 43. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Throwing on first down is Carr, escaping the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. He lets it go deep for Olave. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And the Panthers are going to get the football here at their own 23. So that potentially an important takeaway here in this second quarter.
Because what it does is give their offense a chance to put a drive together. They've got nothing on the scoreboard so far, so you have to think that they need something before the break. And now they have an opportunity.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. 2nd down in the yard. Now here's Young. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Carr. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Juwan Johnson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Saints would extend their lead here just before halftime. Lutz with the extra point. And a rout is on here in this first half. Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this second half. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's trying to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster,
That's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Young will set to throw. He'll air one out deep for Mingo. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A play fake. Now Young. Open receiver. That's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 11 more yards that go around. A 1st down as well. Young to throw it. Open man is Mingo. Complete. The 20. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A big play there on the catch and run. 32 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Throwing. Young. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone, space is at a premium for receivers to try and operate and shake themselves free. That one's incomplete.
They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Miles Sanders with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And the lead is down to 24. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You could say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Yetur Gross-Matos getting in there to make the play.
Brandon, never ceases to amaze me just how fast these defensive ends are in the game nowadays. Part of that is what we've seen in college football, where they've gotten smaller and faster on the defensive side of the ball. But they brought...
The ball is out. Kamara fumbled it. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Here comes the Saints punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Now they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Young. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
On play action, Young. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
Glad to be in the great city of New Orleans, rolling along here in the 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Miles Sanders with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Panthers are able to cut into that deficit.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone. I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass. Let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground. And he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. From his end zone, here's Rashid Shaheed. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. Running room at the 50. Look out. He might score. He will score. Touchdown, Saints.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking out some responsibility. And he was happy to do so there.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They'll start with the option. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. That throw by Young incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
Young on 3rd down. And this will be incomplete. Oh, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down. Here's Johnny Hekker now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. On the counter, here's Kamara, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Former first-rounder Derek Brown living up to the billing on that stop.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it could be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, partner, given where that drive started, that's an excellent job defensively to force them into 4th down.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. This one certainly has not gone according to script. You would have thought on paper that this offense would have its way here, but they certainly have not, and they trail big. After this, it figures to be a quiet trip home. Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. And now here is another interception. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Now after the INT, it's Carr. That is caught by Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans. 3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Saints look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. What's good on the extra point? And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll run out of the gun. It's Hubbard. And room there to work it inside the 25. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still.
Touchdown! Hayden Hurst. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Panthers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Well, Bryce and that Panthers offense, they're going to stay out there and go for 2. He's got it at the 2. And he is not going to get in here. So the decision to go for 2 does not pay off as they're unable to cut any further into their deficit. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the fourth quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. On play action, it's Carr. He completes it to Olave. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 34. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. To throw, it's Carr. That's Olave bringing in another one.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
And a short gain here, down to the 22.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them.
And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Lawrence with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Here comes the return from the very back of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Right, 97.
On 1st and 10, Young. He's got Mingo. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Off the play fake, Young. And he's taken down here by the Saints. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Looking to throw, Young. He'll air one out deep for Mingo. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing to the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
3rd and long for Young. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
They'll try and run the option, and he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. Carr going to look to throw. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Rolling to it, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Amari Barno. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. On play action. Now Carr. He wants Reynolds way downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the...
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Let's go on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was